this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make this adorable napkin holder. This is part of the Cottage Garden table set. It can be found for free on the blog, and it can also be found in the ad-free PDF as part of the whole table set collection. I'll leave links in the description box below for you. For this tutorial, I have used Yarnsmiths Cotton Aran, which is 100% cotton, Aran weight, which is worsted weight. I have used 4 contrast colours, so these 4 contrast colours here, and then also the main colour, which is this one just here. But of course, if you just wanted to use the main colour and then have all of yours the same colour, it's totally up to you, and you can really customise this. I'm using 2 hook sizes. We've got the 4mm hook and the 4.5mm hook. We'll be using the 4.5 for the holder and then the 4mm for the flower. These hooks are my new favourites from Ashley from Heart Hook Home. I'll leave a link in the description box below because they come in a really beautiful set. You will also need a pair of scissors and a darning needle for sewing in your ends. The only other things that you might need is a blocking mat and some blocking pins, because these do benefit from a little bit of light blocking. Okay, so go ahead and grab everything that you need and let's get started. In order to make the holder, which we're going to start with, you're going to need your main colour and your 4.5mm crochet hook. So we're going to begin with our main colour. We're going to make a slip knot, but we are going to leave a long tail end for sewing. So you can do your slip knot in whichever method you prefer. Go ahead and insert your hook, and then just make sure that you have that longer tail end for sewing at the end. Going to go ahead and chain 31, so that's yarn over, pull through, that's 1, yarn over, pull through, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Go ahead, pause the video, chain 31, and then meet me back once you're ready. So now that you've chained 31, we're going to go ahead and work our row 1. We're going to work into the 3rd chain from the hooks, and that one that's on the hook, we have 1, 2 and 3, and if I just turn my work, we're going to be working into the back bump of that chain. So we're going to do a half treble, which is a US half double crochet. We're going to yarn over, go into that back bump, yarn over, pull through, you'll have 3 loops on the hook, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook. So we have our first half treble, which is a US half double, and your missed chains do count as a stitch as well. We're now going to do a pattern repeat, so we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then work 2 half trebles, or work 1 half treble into the next 2 stitches. So skip 2 stitches and then work a half treble, which is a US half double, insert, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all 3, and then again yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through all 3. This is a super simple row. We are going to repeat that again. We're going to chain 2, skip 2, and then work 2 half trebles, 1, and 2. So go ahead, pause the video, work that all the way across, and then meet me back once you're ready. So once you've worked your way across, we're going to fasten off. And that is the holder complete. We do want to leave a longer tail end so that we can use that for sewing in later. But this is your holder. Now what you want to do while you are doing the flower is you can just pop this on a blocking mat and block into place and just stretch that just to give it a nice bit of shape. This one has been blocked, so it just sits a little bit flatter than this one does. So go ahead and pop that on a blocking mat, and then we're going to go ahead and do the flower. So now for the flower, we're going to start off by making a magic ring. So for a magic ring, you can lay your tail end over your finger, wrap it round to make an X like so, insert your hook under the first loop and then pull through the second loop like so, and then yarn over, pull through to chain. So we have our magic ring, and we're going to work 6 double crochet into this magic ring. So double crochet is a UK term. In the US, this is a single crochet. So we're going to go into the magic ring, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to pull that magic ring just closed a little. I'm actually going to fasten off the yarn and pull that out like so. I'm going to pull the rest of that magic ring closed, and I'm going to use an invisible join to finish off this round. So I'm going to go ahead and thread up my darning needle, my yarn needle. And then we want to make sure that we're keeping our 6 stitches. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have to be mindful of what we're doing with this last stitch here, of what we're doing with this. We don't want to join this into this very first stitch because we're going to create an extra stitch. So we actually want to go over to the second stitch and go through the top like so, working over that very first stitch, and then go back to the last stitch and go through the middle of the stitch like so, and there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. You can join with a slip stitch if you want to. I just find this is much neater. So now that I have that into place, I'm going to fasten off. And then I'm going to weave in that end. It's a little bit fiddly because it's so small. Let's go ahead and fasten that bit off, or snip that bit off, and then I'm going to sew in my magic circle tail end as well. Don't worry about the back of this being neat because actually I'm going to be sewing it onto the work so you won't see it. So now we have our round 1 and it has our 6 stitches. So we'll move on to round 2 where we're going to be using our contrast colour. So I'm going to use this beautiful yellow for this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to insert our hook into any stitch around, and we're going to pull through that contrast colour. So we've now joined our contrast colour. So for round 2, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to slip stitch into the same stitch. So into the same stitch where we joined, we're going to slip stitch into that stitch. And then we have a pattern repeat. We're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and slip stitch into that same stitch. And we're actually going to repeat that 4 more times. So slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 3, and slip stitch into that same stitch. So we've got 3 more times, slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch. Two more left, slip stitch. Can get a bit tricky to pull through, chain 3, and slip stitch. And then last one, slip stitch, chain 3 and slip stitch. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fasten off, pull out that yarn, and then we're going to pull that tail end, so thread up our darning needle, and we're going to pull that tail end through that first stitch to join, so right at the bottom just here. Just make sure it's sitting nicely into place, and then you can go ahead and fasten off. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew in those tail ends. You can block this flower, so you can pop your pins right into the tops of the petals just to make them sit nice and neatly. This one's come out pretty well though. As I say, I'm going to go ahead and sew my ends, and then I'm going to show you how to attach it to the holder. So now we're going to attach this flower to the end of our napkin holder, and we're going to use these tail ends just here. Now you can choose one or the other, it's totally up to you, or you could use both to kind of secure it on. I just like to have the option of using those tail ends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my flower on the end, and then I'm going to come through the front of the flower and then go through the stitch and pull through the back of the flower like so, and then again come through to the front and push through to the back. Just make sure that you are catching those stitches at the back. And then to the front. And to the back. Just make sure that's nice and secure. And then you can just tidy it up a little bit at the back. I'm just going to anchor down that stitch just there, like so, and I'm going to go ahead and sew that in. So with this one, I don't think I'm going to need this. I might just anchor that down just a little bit and sew that in. So I'm just going to pull down on that flower just here. And just make that look nice and neat and tidy. We are going to be pulling on this flower a little bit to attach it to the napkin. So we do want to make sure that it is nice and secure, which is why I leave those two tail ends just in case you need an extra bit of sewing. So I'm just going to sew this in. And then there, the flower is connected. So I'm just going to block that out a little bit now, just so that they're all the same size. Just with a little bit of steam, you'll get them all the same size. And then I'm also going to make it in this colour as well. This is Lime Sorbet. And then all you have to do is find your napkins and attach them. So you want to lay your napkin over your napkin holder, and this is designed so that you can pull this tighter or looser however you like, but you're simply going to thread that flower through one of your chain spaces like so, And then you have your pretty little napkin holder. I really hope that you have enjoyed making these. Please be sure to tag me on social media if you give these a go. I absolutely love to see your makes and what you're up to. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you can keep up to date with all of my latest videos. And if you like this, then I think you're going to like the full table set that I've designed. You can find that video right here.